Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Sodo AI 5.5 set from Kamen Rider 01. First thing to note, this is a plain black and white box, which is very uncharacteristic for AI Sodo sets. I'm not really sure why this is. It might be because it's a 0.5, so it's kind of a in-between release. It's not one of the normal releases for 01 Sodo line. I don't know, it's just weird. I feel like it's just uncharacteristic. The funny thing is, so basically the reason that it is a 5.5, and you can take a look here on the inside, this is for like the large mecha, the Breaking Mammoth mecha. So they did something very similar last year with Geo, where they did the time machine in a, like, I think they just called it like set EX or SP, something like that, just to note that it was outside the normal line. It was kind of a special set. But that one still got a normal box. It wasn't just a weird black and white box. It had nice artwork and everything, and I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird choice, but not that it matters. You usually throw these outer boxes away anyway, but if we take a look, basically we get 3 boxes here to make the Breaking Mammoth. You have the torso there, you have like the waist and legs, and then you have the 2 arms there. So not too much going on with the packaging, just shows you the breakdown. You can see number 4 is the bike. So if we go ahead and grab that out of there, you actually get 2 bikes for whatever reason. Not really sure why. I don't know why they didn't just do a 4 box set. Instead they did a 5 box set and gave you 2 bikes. I don't know. I mean, I don't ever see anyone but 01 riding the bike. It would have been like last year, I think they only did 1 bike, and like Gates and Geo both rode the bike, so it would have made more sense to do 2 bikes then. Instead, they give us 2 bikes now when nobody but 01 rides the bike. So I don't know. Got an extra bike. But in any case, we got all the stuff to make Breaking Mammoth here, so that should be pretty cool. And it's kind of funny how it's like a Sodo release, but it's almost kind of like Mini-Plot at the same time, so I don't know, it's weird. I'd be interested to see how the bike goes together. We've had bikes in Sodo before and in Shodo. But that is the case breakdown for the AI 5.5. I'm probably only going to open one of the bikes for now. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the second one or if I'm going to sell it. I'll worry about that later. But for now, you'll see me put together and sticker these 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here is the bike and Breaking Mammoth all put together and stickered up. I'm going to put the bike off to the side for a moment real quick. Breaking Mammoth is really cool. I like him a lot. He was actually really easy to put together. I thought it would be more Mini-Plot-ish, but it's really not. I'd never gotten one of these like larger mecha type things from Sodo before. I actually do have the time machine, but it's still in the box. I've never put it together, so it was just really easy. The torso was pretty much all together on its own, and it has a decent amount of paint. The entire head is painted. The only thing that's stickers, the red here, a little bit on the shoulder, and the eyes here on the torso. This red sticker there. The center of the driver, the yellow on the outside is paint, but just the silver is a sticker. This yellow here on the lower thighs, I guess. And this red here on the sides. And of course the Progress key sticker. But that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm sorry. This dark gray and this red here on the back. That's it. And it's like 3 different boxes to put this guy together. And there's like maybe 20 stickers between the whole thing, and they're very easy to apply. Nice smooth surfaces, so no problem. Really a nice amount of paint. I was actually really impressed. And there's really not much to put together. The bottom half comes with the legs pretty much all attached. All you have to do is pop the feet onto this ball joint. That's it for that. The arms pretty much come completed. All you have to do is peg on these Progress key pieces. You peg on these tusk pieces. And this piece here, you clip on. And that's it. That's all the assembly required. There's really not much. It's not like Mini-Plot where you actually put it together. It's really just kind of like as much as you would put together a Sodo figure. Like, say, for example, like when you got the 2 halves of a build figure and you would put that together. It's about as much assembly as that. But yeah, it's really nice. I'm going to take these off because, one, it's easier to show you them and also to display or demonstrate his articulation. So this one, because it would be the back of a Progress key, very plain, just molded in gray. Nothing super exciting there. This is the Breaking Mammoth Progrise key. This is all painted on the outside, this kind of darker gray. It's just the actual sticker right here, the kind of metallic sticker, not super metallic, but it's a really nice sticker, and it goes on very nicely. It almost looks like it's painted, but it is a sticker, but it came out really nice. So those are the two Progrise holder things. I'm going to put them off to the side for the moment. And we can take a closer look at the robot. I think they did a great job with it. I really do. The head sculpt is great. Like I said, a lot of great paint on there. That head is on a ball joint, so you got an up and down movement there. You got a little side to side. The way the arms work, there's actually 2 peg holes. So if you like the look of having the higher shoulders, you can certainly do that. And I don't know technically which one's correct. If one is correct. I guess technically the higher shoulders is probably correct. But I just personally like the look of having this all streamlined. So it's just my preference. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the lower one. And you can do either. Either one is perfectly fine. Whichever you prefer. If you like the more streamlined look like I do. If you like the higher stance for the shoulder. Also a viable option. But yeah, very cool. You have, of course, that movement there in the shoulders. You have another shoulder swivel right there. Then you have a bicep swivel. Now technically, whoops, these pieces are all just like lightly pegged into each other. So you can take them apart. If you wanted to simulate battle damage, you could pretend he gets his arm cut off. But same thing with the elbows. That's just a peg. So you have the bicep swivel. You have the 90 degrees in the elbow. Although it can bend back a little bit, but you can see where the plastic hits so that it stops. And then you have a swivel in the wrist. And then, of course, you have that's where you peg in the Progrise keys. We'll move them back in a second. The tusks, you can swivel like this. You can swivel at the torso, but you have to unpeg this. You can see this piece hinges here, and it has a peg on the inside right there, which pegs in right there. So if you want to move around at the waist, and you could take this completely off because this is how it comes like this in the box. This is one piece. So you peg that in. You can take it apart. You can, a little bit of swivel there. The tusks kind of get in the way of the driver. But I believe you can also take the driver off. Yeah, you can. You can take the driver off as well. We'll take a closer look here. Not a ton of detail, but it does kind of look like there's a Progrise key inserted, which is kind of cool. And like I said, this silver here is a sticker. So if you take that off, then you can do all kinds of movement. Let me zoom back out. You can do all kinds of movement here in the waist. If you have this back on, then these things are going to hit into it just a little. I mean, not a ton, but a little bit. I guess if you flatten them out, you can kind of sneak past, but if you peg this back in, then obviously that's going to lock that in place, and then you lose your waist swivel. But you still have these hips, so you can go forward, back, out to the side. You have a thigh swivel, nice knee bend, a little bit of forward knee bend as well, which is kind of weird. And then you have a ball joint there in the ankle. So a ton of articulation, way more than the original DX toy had. Now, you do lose the ability to put a Sodo figure inside. If you open this up, you can see it's very solid. You can't put anyone inside the armor like you can with the DX toy. But I gotta be honest, that's not a major selling point to me. Because with this, like with the Time Machine, I get it because he rides the Time Machine. It's 100% a vehicle. This is almost like, because it has the driver, he transforms into this. So in my mind, it didn't really make sense to have the normal figure go inside. Because if he's transforming into this, then this is just another one of his forms. So I can just imagine he is this. I don't need to put the other figure inside. But just for comparison's sake, here is the Sodo 01 for a size comparison there. He would be hard-pressed to fit inside anyway, so I think that's why they just didn't bother with it, because it wouldn't really work out. But they look cool side by side. I like it. But yeah, it's a cool little figure. I definitely enjoy it. But of course, he does have some transformations. Alright, so I use the term transformation generously. It's really kind of lay him on his back or fold him in half. But in any case, you can see I've gone ahead and reattached the Progrise key pieces. And I've rotated the arms back and then rotated the fists so that they're on the side. But I always thought it was dumb because you lose the articulation. Like when they were building this, why didn't they just have the arm articulate the other way? You know what I'm saying? So that way he could have them out to the side but still have the bend where it should be. I don't know. It's weird. I've always thought that's kind of dumb, which is kind of why I prefer to just take them off and leave them off, because, I don't know, they don't do anything for me. But anyway, back to the transformation. We'll take a look at the satellite first. So you're going to just kind of bring this up and put this out to the side. Then you're going to... Actually, I guess you're supposed to turn these... Sorry, turn this like that. They should face the other way. Then you lay these flat. You spin this around at the thigh swivel, and then you just bend it up like so. So spin that around, bend this up, and then you just kind of tuck it like that. And then the arm falls off. That's definitely a key piece. Definitely going to want to make sure that happens. There you go. So, and I guess at this point, should I move this up? Does this fit better for satellite mode? Again, it doesn't really matter. It's your choice. I guess this looks better for the satellite mode, so sure. We'll go ahead and do this. But there you go. That's the satellite mode. Yeah, it's about on par with like Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave satellite mode. I don't know. Stop making robots turn into satellites. It's boring. It's dumb. But here it is. Satellite mode. So, transforming him back to robot mode, which by far is the best of the three modes. The other two are not even really deserving of being called modes, in my opinion, but it is what it is. So, now we're going to transform him into the jet mode, which is literally just flipping this up. And then you can unpeg this, flip it around, peg this in like so. Flip that, and then you just kind of fold this down like this, fold this down like this, fold these out, and you just leave the legs hang out there, and there is the jet mode. Yeah, it's all right. It's not a failing of this set, it's a failing of the design of this whole thing. The DX modes, other transformations are not any better or worse. They're the same weird transformations. It's the way the time machine just kind of like got down on its knees and put its hands forward, and all of a sudden it's a machine. It's like, well, I guess it's a vehicle if you say it is, but let's be honest, it's not that great. So it is what it is. Again, not a failing of the set. It is a failing of the design of the whole thing. I will say these come off fairly easily. Again, they pop right back on, but it's kind of annoying after it happens like 5 or 6 times. So yeah, that's the transformations. But hey, let's go ahead. We'll check out the motorcycle next. Alright, so here is the bike. Now, obviously, 01 is not included, but he's very important to show you how the bike works. But he came from AI1, so if you want him, you have to track him down on your own. But here's the bike. It actually looks decent. It's very simple. It was 2 pieces. It's literally this piece and this piece. They come in the box together, and this is one solid hunk of plastic with a wheel that spins. And a kickstand. It does have a kickstand. But it's got a decent amount of paint. Most of this silver down here is paint. Most of the yellow is paint. There's like a sticker here, a sticker here. This whole thing is one sticker. This little bit of silver here is a sticker. Obviously, it's the same on both sides. And then the blue here is just, there are 2 stickers, but that's really nice and shiny metallic. I really like that. It came out really nice. And then 2 little stickers, one here and one here. But all the rest of this is paint, so can't really complain. And then this peg just pegs in right there. Couldn't be simpler to put the bike together. You're good to go. So you have movement there so you can steer. Oh, I forgot. The handlebar came separately. That was one piece that you just peg in on top. That was it. And you can spin it like this, but I don't know why you would. But you have the articulation for steering that matters. Go ahead and kick the kickstand up. Actually, no, I better keep it down until I actually get him on here. So how this works, you're going to want to turn the fists, and then they should fairly easily go on here. Yeah, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad. All right. And then let's see, how do we want to pull this back like this maybe? Something like that. Actually doesn't look too bad. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, he actually looks pretty good. Except for when he's falling over. Other than that, though. But seriously, I think he looks pretty good on the bike. Scales well, obviously. They're both from the same line, so they should. But, yeah. Or we can do, I gotta do, like, the back of the box shows him doing, like, one of those, like, coming off the bike, you know, crazy kick type things. Let's see if we can get this to work. What do we think? I feel like the weight just won't support it, but it wants to. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Come on now, that's awesome. So there you go. You can create the crazy poses that you see on the back of the box. I love that. That's nuts. I'm going to leave it like that. That's fantastic. So I gotta say, I think this is a great set. I really like the robot. It was a lot easier to put together than I expected, which was really cool. Oh, now he's taking a timeout. His arm's tired. He's got to rest. In any case, I think the robot's really cool. Like I said, it's very easy to put together. I expected it to be kind of more mini-plot-ish, having not done one of these robots from Sodo before, but it was very, very easy. The two arms came in a box, the torso came in a box, and then the legs, the waist and the legs came in a box. And they're basically all assembled. All you had to do was pop the arms on, connect the waist, and then sticker them. I think I did the entire robot, assembly, stickers, and everything in like 20 minutes. The bike, also very easy, as you saw, 2 pieces to pop together. Stickers, not very difficult. So all in all, really not difficult to put this together, and I think what you get is actually really cool. The bike is simple, but I think it works. It doesn't really need a lot. It's just a motorcycle. Again, a lot of paint applications between the two. Really appreciate that. The stickers are very nice and easy to apply. I love the robot. I really do. Like, does it bother me that the figure can't fit inside? It really doesn't. It's not something I needed. It was nice the DX did it. But at the same time, I think the robot works better. As far as scaling goes, I think in the show the robot was much bigger than 01 is here. Like if I bring this back up and have him actually stand. I think on the show... Oop, I just flipped his shoulder pad off there. I think on the show they're supposed to be like... I want to say maybe a human is like half as tall as the leg or something like that. Let me get this shoulder pad back on. There we go. But you can see here, I mean, this is well past the waist. So I don't think the scale works as far as the show. But if I'm just assuming he turns into this, I think it makes sense. So the scale doesn't bother me. But overall, I really like the robot. I think the design's cool. I think the articulation's great. Now I'm just knocking everything over. I still think that the progress key arm things are kind of stupid. Oh, I see what happened. This bent that way. Stupid thing. I still think these are kind of dumb. I thought they were dumb with the DX one as well. You can rotate them, so if you want to do something like this and you kind of have them to the back, this is kind of what I like to do. Or I just take them off altogether, because like I said, I think they're kind of dumb. And I like my robots to have elbow articulation, because why wouldn't I? So maybe something like that kind of gets him out of the way, and that way he can flip them out if he wants to deploy them, or however that works. But I think that kind of works. Again, or you could just completely take them off so it doesn't hinder any articulation or anything. But I really like the robot. I think the 2 transformations are kind of stupid. But again, that's a limitation of their design, not of the mold. The toy did what it was supposed to do. You know, it made the transformations it was supposed to make. So not this toy's fault, overall concept design fault. But I say pick up the set and just have the robot. He's cool. And the bike is great too. He fits your 01 very nice. Overall, I'm rambling, but it's a good set. It does what it needs to do. It looks great. Great articulation. Excellent amount of paint. Overall, just a good time. Doesn't need a flashy box. The black and white box will do. But definitely pick this set up if you can. I think it's still kicking around. HLJ might even have some of these still. I'm not 100% on that, but that would be the first place I would check if I'm trying to track it down. In any case, that's going to do it for the video. So please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.